Do you love me? Because I love you. Say it back.
Say it.
Now that right there was an example of a classic mating maneuver, named the Old Bay Jackson Say It Back, where you tell someone you love them, then they give up the whole hard drive of feet pics. Because that's all dating is nowadays, right? Light manipulation and getting your toes fondled. As you guessed by that intro, today's schizophrenic monologue centers on the internet's absurd views of modern dating and courtship. Now you may be wondering what love is, where to find it, and exactly how to get it. But instead of spilling all the secrets and making it too easy on you, we will instead examine the cretins of the computer, aka TikTok, spewing strings of dumb words to guide you instead. How about we learn a couple rules of this dating before anything else? Let's get lovin'.
A date without physical touch is a meeting. And she didn't come here for a business meeting. A date should be flirty. It should be playful. There should be some physical touch. So you should also be keeping a date journal and hitting some goals. Did I pay compliments? What questions did I ask and were well received? Did I hit my physical touch goals?
We're near the end of our date, but I've realized I've fallen behind in my physical touch goals. Now I think if I gave your calves a little rub down that I could satiate these goals. Touch her body. Got it.
Don't text her back fast. Everybody and their mama is trying to get her attention. They be like, oh, she just texted me back. So let me go ahead and reply right now. Females like when guys make them wait. Come on. This is simple logic. 2, give her little to no compliments.
Do not text her fast. And do not compliment her. I think we're getting somewhere now. Just to make sure, is this what you had in mind?
First thing is you need that consistent, inconsistent combo, just like this man right here. Some days you texting her, you calling her, you giving her a lot of attention. Other days, you barely talking to her. Second, smirk at her mid-convo. Now this is for reference. It will work even if you're ugly.
Okay, so now we have don't text her, but we also have text her fast sometimes, but slow other times. I remember back in the day when all you had to do was pinch your nose as hard as you could until the blood vessels ruptured and you let it pool on your desk until a girl noticed you. All this other slow, fast texting, you can keep it. Let's keep marching forward to see if this gets any clearer.
Text him his name and then don't answer. None. Done. We're ghost. We're gone. There is no response after that. He is going to be first kind of freaking out, kind of shitting himself, but then he's going to get into like, oh crap, I really want to know what she like wants to say. 4 to 5 hours later, then you can say, oh crap, I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Text them their name, you say. Right. Earlier, Backpack Man said no texting. Then Stretched V-Neck said text her fast sometimes. And now you, not blonde lady, say text them their name. It seems like one of you is leading me astray. And I hate being led astray. I hate it. Confused? Good. One of the major obstacles while learning about dating on the computer is navigating the conflicting word vomit that a single in their 20s insists is the truth. While there may be good lessons hidden below, such as showing interest through physical touch, or prioritizing your life over constantly texting them, many of these ideas get lost in the fray because of exaggerated communication, or a lack of emotional maturity on the part of the creator. Whether it's because they're just trying to get views, or can't boil down a point, I don't care. But it's important to read between the lines and don't take their advice too literally, because they're stupid. Matter of fact, would you mind solving this question for me? You can't. Alright, so we're going to want to start by initializing 2 unordered dictionaries, one for the letters in S and one for the letters in T. Then we want to iterate through the letters of S and T, but if S and T are anagrams, that means they have the same length, so we can populate the dictionaries in the same loop, and also add the equal length condition at the top. And if the 2 maps are equal, that means S and T have the same number of each letter, so that means the S and T are anagrams. It's really that simple. Let's see what other brilliant advice these folk have to offer.
To compliment her skin. Ladies spend a lot of time to make sure her skin is nice.
I love your skin. Do you think I could try it on myself? I've tried that at the bars a few times and it hasn't worked yet. Must be the delivery. That's honestly decent advice. I just wanted to throw that one in, if you don't mind.
If you're single and you do this for 4 weeks, you will be basically unrecognizable because you will be so much hotter. Read for 30 minutes before bed.
Fuck, I can't read. Guess I'll have to skip the rest of this one then.
Why is dating so hard?
Social media got these chicks thinking that they got something they don't have. So they only fuck with niggas who got bread. They charge bread, chill with them. The more money you got, the less you got to spend. Any man that got his own shit, take care of them. They don't want to do it like that. They want to to talk too crazy and disrespect them because they don't want no structure. They scared of real men, you feel me?
If only there were a larger grain section in my local grocery store, then I could have way more bread. If only there were a larger grain section in my local grocery store, then I could have way more bread. I reckon having this black-pilled attitude all the time will just eat at you emotionally. It won't positively change your romantic situation much. That said, I do think if this many people are independently concluding what he's describing about dating, that the landscape of dating must be getting more toxic to some degree. The issue occurs when these same ideas continuously circle the internet and the same people repeatedly consume them, only to become more jaded and stray from reality, which ultimately makes the problem worse. Like, the problem of dating in real life is difficult, but the most difficult part is in your head. Did any of that make sense? No? Fuck me.
If you want someone to be like legit obsessed with you, there are a few things that science tells us that you can do right now. As a relationship expert,
Finally, an expert!
I've spent my life studying the art of attraction.
She spent her life studying psychology. Her thesis was on entrepreneurs and their stress.
First thing you're gonna do is just remember that rejection breeds obsession. Have you ever noticed that when a guy pulls away from you, it doesn't make you like him any less? Like, in fact, it makes you like him more. It makes you wonder what happened, draws you to him. So if you want someone to have that like little obsession feeling start up within them, you need to find little ways to reject them, like not responding to a text out of the blue.
Do you really care that much if they like you? Maybe put in more effort or be more transparent about how you feel about them to get them to like you. And if they don't like you back, keep trying until they inevitably love you. Peel off their skin and make them stare at you while you wear it until they fall in love with you. AKA themselves. AKA you wearing their skin. And that's not satire. That's genuine advice. Like my grandpa would always say, the quickest way to someone's heart is not through their stomach. It's through the skin on their sternum. This is the last video they're gonna let me make.
This is the secret to make any woman addicted to you. You ever notice that there's some guys that women just can't let go of? There's some guys that women just can't stop thinking about. This is how you be that guy. We're going to substitute presence for experience. The reason why a lot of guys have a hard time getting addicted to them is because you're more focused on your presence being there instead of making it more memorable experiences. You want to limit the amount of times that a girl sees you, but you want to make the time that she does see you memorable.
That's a lot of words for have fun. This video could have been 3 seconds. Don't make it complicated. Stop it! Now that we have some of the rules and the basics down, let's see exactly how the game is played to finesse some of that sweet love.
If you want a man to be completely and utterly obsessed with you, watch this video because I'm going to show you exactly how. And also, if my videos are hitting your For You page, chances are you're single and it hasn't worked out for you.
Show me a money spread right now. I'm not letting Jacob Sartorius on Annabelle bully me about being single. I haven't been to the ATM recently. You're just gonna have to trust there's like $80 on there.
If you want any guy to be obsessed with you, this is what you have to do. Let him know that you have options. He's not the only guy that you're talking to. That's not being slutty or anything. That is genuinely just like, you're not who all my attention is going to. If you are obsessed with him, don't act like you are so excited to hear from him. Don't reply straight away. Obviously, we all know that. But don't leave it too long to the point where he will start talking to someone else who replies quicker.
Oh my god, who gives a fuck? Do you ever watch something and feel like you just watched someone with Purell floating around their head make noise for a minute? Is it really this complicated? Is all of this necessary? Can you just communicate normally?
I'm not the type to call you back to mind.
This is one of those jokes that people agree with instead of laugh at. Like one of those jokes your dad makes when he says he's not proud of you because you told him your boss said you're doing an excellent job, but you don't help out around the house enough, so nothing else matters to him. I think at this point I've illustrated enough of the cesspool of relationship advice on the internet. The show is filled with fools spilling convoluted points to get views, and it's best to just avoid this nonsense altogether. The issue is that once you get in this loop, it's quite hard to get out. It's only after hours of skewing your worldview that you realize how toxic it really is. I reckon most creators who make relationship content are not malicious, but having to consistently create content to stay relevant to the algorithm skews the topics to what gets views, which ultimately makes the online dating content landscape even worse. Unfortunately, I don't have a good answer other than stay true to your values and analyze the message before taking it to heart. But yeah, why don't we watch one last video, just for the heck of it.
Have you ever wondered if you are good in bed?
No, I know that I'm not. That seems like a good place to end it. If you take anything away from this, it's to tell your partner you hate them. Then join a sex cult in Missouri where you take a Stratera and roll around in the mud. Then right before your first climax, you remember back to this moment with those 2 little throbbing buttons, just waiting for you to press them. But you kept falling deeper and deeper into an endless pit of despair, just wishing you had the strength to push them. Then you break from your trance and finish satisfying the cult leader Josiah by shoveling handfuls of mud down his throat. And that is financial advice. Bye.
The way you wrap around me is a problem. Ain't nobody trying to save you.